Hi, I'm Jaden.
And I'm Addie. Welcome to the Commando briefing. First up, we're covering the spring musical We Will Rock You and what goes on behind the scenes.
Hendersonville High School has a variety of clubs and programs, and the theater program is especially interesting. With a play and a musical every year, the teachers work hard to make watch-worthy shows.
Like 2.5 months, 2 months to produce a musical. I think it takes a little longer because in high school you're dealing with a lot of outside things and other activities people do. So, but it's about a 2.5 month process, I'd say.
What most don't see, though, is the hard work. The process of making these high-quality shows can show how stressful and expensive the set and behind the scenes can be. Many students have dedicated time and effort into helping build and produce these elaborate pieces. We asked multiple students involved with the production how fast the process was going and if they thought, with all the work that still needs to be done, that everything would get done in time.
I mean, you help with a lot of stuff, but a lot of the stuff is honestly just throwing stuff away and cleaning. It's a lot of cleaning. Because the other two people with me in this class who are not on camera currently do more of the work.
Those who aren't involved in the show at all are patiently awaiting the show dates, some with more excitement than others, but anticipation nevertheless.
I have not gotten to see that many practices, but briefly I saw them rehearsing choreography and it looked really fun.
The theater department will be putting on a show exclusively for students and staff during the school day. Some students plan to see the school show.
Do you plan on buying a school ticket and going and see it?
Honestly, yeah, to get out of class.
Might as well.
Just solely to get out of class?
Yes.
All right.
Well, we've dropped one of our shows that we normally do, so this year we only have 3 shows that are available to the audience outside of our school show, so we're hoping that's going to increase the number of people that we get in the seats.
The school show is scheduled for March 29th as of now.
I know I'm getting a ticket. How about you?
Definitely. Tickets are being sold right now on gofan.co. $10 for night shows if you're a student, so get yours before they're all gone.
Also in the arts, the band just had a concert earlier this month, and this is how they prepared for it.
This story is about the Hendersonville High School Band and what they're doing to prepare for their upcoming concert.
I'm practicing every single day before and after school and during school, but I make sure I know everything that I need to know.
How often do you practice outside of school?
After school, I'll practice for like 2 hours after school for like a day or 3 days of the week.
There we go.
It makes me motivated to finish the day strong. Yeah.
We love you, Miss Coley!
Thanks for that report.
This February, Hendersonville High School cheerleaders flipped into the 2023 UCA National Cheer Competition. Here's Aiden and Navi with the scoop.
As students become familiar with the new semester, excitement rises as our athletes begin to finish their 2022-2023 season. For some, this may be a state championship match at Sumner County schools, but for a select group of athletes, they end the season off with a sunny, cheerful competition. The Hendersonville High School cheer team is set to leave for the UCA Nationals on February 8th, all the way in the home of Disney World, Orlando, Florida. Here, they will compete against the nation's best. They practice and condition their bodies for this competition all year, but not even going to nationals is guaranteed. The team competed in a regional and state competition. They scored and placed high enough in their division to be offered an invitation to go to this prestigious competition. They say that the state championships, especially, is important for preparing for this competition.
State definitely gives you some kind of preparation leading up to nationals.
It helps us with being able to know what the pressure is like and doing well under any circumstance with what we have to go through.
Once they are invited to the UCA Nationals, they practice every day after school up to hours a week. This competition means a lot to the athletes who worked hard all year.
And it would just mean so much to me saying I won nationals my first year ever going.
For some, this is their last shot to win the competition in person, as their last nationals win was during COVID-19.
Our sophomore year, it was virtual because all of COVID was happening.
And it would just be like a really good way to end off our senior year and our last year being Hendersonville High School cheerleaders. It would just be super fun.
Along with competing against the nation's best, they also lead the school. They perform cheers and stunts at the football games, basketball games, and pep rallies. The athletes feel a responsibility and pride for what they contribute to the school spirit and culture.
At pep rallies would be a lot less entertaining without the cheerleaders.
Makes people want to go to the games, makes them want to go watch stuff.
We tell them that there's always people watching you, so they get involved at the football games and the basketball games.
And they uphold this responsibility greatly.
They lighten everyone up, they have great performances, and they do some pretty cool stunts.
They provide us with leadership during pep rallies. They're doing everything they possibly can to engage the student body.
Although the UCA Nationals and keeping Commando spirit strong are big for the team, cheer affects many parts of their lives.
It really is in all aspects of my life without even realizing it.
And it's just affected us in such a positive way and impacted our lives.
It's just been something that I've realized I want to keep doing until college, and it's just made my life better as a whole.
Besides, being on any sports team has benefits that you may not expect.
A lot of lessons about perseverance, endurance, how to plan and how to organize your time, not to mention the health benefits of being on a sports team, but it gives students an opportunity to show leadership and character.
So the next time you decide to attend a football game, a basketball game, or a pep rally, remember that the cheer squad is not just a sideline attraction. They carry the legacy of the school, the spirit, and excitement that makes Hendersonville High School one of a kind. Back to you.
The cheerleaders weren't the only ones who went to nationals this year. The Golden Girls dance team had their own competition. News reporter Abby Bowles will fill you in on the details.
This February, the Golden Girls went to nationals competition in Florida, where they got 6th place. The Golden Girls had this to say about their score.
Teams out of 14 to go into finals, and we got 6th, and we thought we were going to get in the top 3.
The Golden Girls have competed in nationals many times and brought home many different scores. Next, we asked the Golden Girls about the practices prior to the national competition.
2 days for 3 weeks before our competition. We've had it at 5:45 in the morning, and then we'd have it 3 to 5 after school.
Despite their disappointment in not making it to the top 3, the Golden Girls did not come out of this with no rewards.
It was fun with my teammates and going to Disney World.
The Golden Girls experienced many different difficulties in the nationals, but gained out of those difficulties. We look forward to their scores in the future. Reporting for this edition of the Commando Conference, I'm Abby Bowles.
In the world of mental health, Black students face unique problems. Jaden Williams and I talked with HHS students about their experiences.
My name is Jaden Tate, and today I'm here to tell you about the mental health of Black students at HHS. We've conducted multiple interviews and asked students how they felt about being here at a predominantly white school and how it has affected their mental health. Here are the results.
Attending a predominantly white school can be tough for Black students as they are often significantly outnumbered and may feel isolated. They may feel more conscious about their race and like they do not fit in with their peers, which can lead to a decrease in self-confidence and motivation. Additionally, if there is a lack of diversity in the curriculum, Black students may feel their culture, stories, and perspectives are not being represented or valued.
Can you please state your name for the camera?
I'm Camilla Noel.
Nice to meet you. Now, I have brought you here today to do an interview with HHS News, and we're asking Black students how they feel about being here. Now, how has being at a predominantly white school made you feel?
At first, I was intimidated, but I've been here for a while, so I was kind of used to it. But I know these are older, folks, so they might, have different opinions. But in truth, it was pretty okay.
Now, have you ever been discriminated against being here?
No, not really. I mean, just some little jokes here and there but like nothing like against other person.
How has this made you feel being these jokes you consider jokes? How's that made you feel?
I mean, they've mainly been about my hair, like, because sometimes I'm not always looking my best. But I mean, I'm gonna laugh with them because I know I look ugly as well. I mean, I know I look very non-good looking.
It's a what do you think HHS can do to fix these issues in our community?
I just want to say, like, maybe be more respectful about it. Like, you don't gotta go and diss me, you know, but that's pretty much it.
Well, thank you for your time. Have a great day.
African Americans living in a predominantly white town may experience feelings of otherness and isolation. They might struggle to fit in and feel overwhelmed at times, as there may be few to no other people that look and identify like them. They may also feel insulted or unsafe due to racism and discrimination. However, minority communities and organizations may help to provide support and create a sense of belonging. African American students attending predominantly white schools can often both feel isolated and left out. Minority students, in particular, often lack support from their peers and their teachers. Research has found that African American students are disciplined more harshly and receive lower grades than their white counterparts in the same classroom. A positive environment, commitment to inclusivity, and appropriate access to resources may bridge the gap between these students and their peers. Fortunately, in Hendersonville High School, this is not a problem. In Tennessee, 21.4% Black attend white predominant schools, 2% Asian, 0.1% Pacific Islander, 0.1% Indian/Alaska Native, and 3.9% two or more races/mixed race.
As a Black student in a predominantly white school, how do you feel?
It's a difference for me because I'm not from here, and I used to go to like a school where it was more like Black people, and switching to like a school where it was like more white, it didn't feel like, it didn't feel too bad, but it do make me feel different.
Okay. Lacey?
So me, like, I've been here since I was in the 5th grade, so going to a white school is like normal now, but I really don't like it.
Understand.
I want to be around my people.
Have you ever felt discriminated against at HHS?
I never had any personal issues with somebody, but like I've heard it before.
I mean, I have, but like it was with this dude, and like they would make racist jokes about like Rosa Parks and all of that stuff, and it was like they thought it was funny because it was cool, but it's like it's really not cool in reality.
And some of them would be like, they get a pass, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, you
don't get a pass.
Now, how has this affected your mental health, if any?
It really hasn't affected it, but like, I just really wish it was more.
Yeah. Well, that's all my questions. Thank you both for your time.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Gladly enough, the interviewees shared that they felt both supported and respected in Hendersonville High School. They felt that the staff, faculty, and students were accepting of their backgrounds and cultures, and they were grateful for the positive environment they have been able to experience there. The students expressed a sense of empowerment in knowing that their presence had increased diversity at the school and helped create a more inclusive atmosphere.
Important story, Jaden. Nice job. One of the many changes incoming middle schoolers experience when making the jump to high school is athletics. Owen and Bryant have the story on freshman basketball.
During the cold winter months and into spring, fans most Tuesday and Fridays file in through the school doors to see the Commandos play basketball. Each year, students move into the lineups, filling roles of previous players. For all the incoming freshmen that spent the past years the oldest ones on their middle school teams, they now drop back down to the youngest on their high school team.
you would play with kids younger than you too. So like now this year, you're either the same age or older. So.
For most people, though, the biggest difference they notice when watching a middle school or high school game is the size difference, and every player seems to agree that's a massive difference they notice too.
It's a lot of talking. Middle school is easy.
But not only do the players change, but in some ways the game as well.
It's different defense, offense. Everything's different.
For many, the jump from middle school to high school is a big change in athletics. Is a sudden change and increase in the challenge of the game always bad, though? For some, the challenge makes the experience better for them. And last question, which one do you enjoy more?
Which one do I enjoy more, middle school or high school?
Yeah.
Oh, high school.
Oh, yeah. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, it's better. It's a better season for me.
Whether the players like the new changes or not, they're still playing the game they love, and that's all you can ask for. This is Owen and Bryant reporting.
As we move on from our previous story, we begin to unravel the events of HHS soccer scrimmages that took place last February. And with that, we move you to Genesis, who will explain what happened.
At the end of last February, the Hendersonville High School varsity soccer team competed in one scrimmage against the Christ Presbyterian Academy, which is CPA, Franklin, and Lebanon. The HHS soccer team's games against CPA and Franklin took place at the rival schools, while the game versus Lebanon was held at HHS. We conducted an interview with one of the HHS varsity soccer players to learn more about the game and the opponents of the Hendersonville High School soccer team. Engaging in the interview is HHS varsity soccer player Owen Fusher, who was interviewed prior to the games. In this interview, we asked him about his opponents in the games. Here is what he said.
Not super confident. They're good teams. I'm not quite sure how we match up against them yet. It's our first game, but after the first game, we'll definitely know. We lost to both of them last year. They were our only two losses, so we definitely have a little bit of history with them, but not too much with Lebanon.
After the interview with Owen Fusher, we interviewed the Hendersonville High School soccer coach Tummins to ask him about how he felt about his team after the games.
Yeah, I've got a long list of things from last night's scrimmage, and there's a lot of technical things that tactically we can improve on. But again, as long as they work hard and are coachable and do the right things off the field, we'll be successful. I don't have to do too much motivation. It's kind of the idea that if they're not motivated intrinsically, then we're probably doing something wrong. But I think they look at the tradition that we have and want to contribute to that tradition and don't want to let anyone down, and they play hard for each other. And for myself, I want to make sure I do everything I can possible to put them in the best position to succeed on the field. We've got a really young team. We're replacing 8 starters from last year. We've had some injuries and things like that, and so we're trying to figure out what boys can do what. And so far, they've just given effort and they've been coachable, which are the two things we asked. So we're going to grow a lot as the year goes on. But yes, I think they're doing their best and they're living up to the standard that we've set before.
And with Coach Tummins' final summary, it is made clear that the Hendersonville High School soccer team's successes are just as common as their failures. These games will serve as a learning experience for a team and will lead them to greater heights.
Similar to teachers being evaluated in the classroom, the Hendersonville High School Marine Corps JORTC program was given a long inspection, making sure everyone and everything was squared away.
So our cadets are going to be evaluated on the wear and care and their grooming standards of the Marine Corps uniform. So all cadets will stand a uniform inspection. We'll have 10% of our cadets in a dress uniform. We'll have 10% of our cadets in a service uniform, and we'll have the rest of our cadets in their camouflage utility uniform. And they'll be tested and graded on everything they've learned about that uniform and how to properly wear it.
As the Hendersonville High School Marine Corps JROTC program is ending its year strong, they have one final test, the Inspector General, or IG, inspection.
The cadets are preparing by undergoing platoon level or block level inspections leading up to this. They were given a class in education at the beginning of the school year or the beginning of the semester, and they've been taught how to wear it, how to prepare it, how to maintain their uniform, and then they've been inspected on it multiple times leading up to the IG inspection.
Inspection is a 2-day event evaluating all elements of communication, organization, pride, confidence, and truthful fidelity in the program as a whole. It's been 4 years since the last inspection, and the program has obtained a whole new collection of cadets and 1 new instructor. With evaluations on marching, marksmanship, cadet-led tasks, and computer systems, this inspection will determine if the program is still suitably alive.
Most of the time for IG inspection, since it's separated into 2 days, we have the day separated for cadets, more of reviewing how the cadets operate the program, and then the second day for the instructors and how they run things. So for us, me as a CO, I am working on planning and kind of a little bit of logistics, more working on how the other cadets, like the small margin of the cadets, are preparing for as well as making sure that everybody's doing their job, everybody's working together, and we're prepared for when the day comes. And Joey?
How I'm preparing is my side is more paperwork and administration. We're making sure we have all the paperwork required for when TCOM arrives, such as different types of binders, different questions we have to fulfill and prove that we complete. For example, we have to prove that we have all of our gear on hand, like Mike's thing is called the CMR. Basically a list of gear that we've been issued throughout the years, and we have to prove that we have all of it. And it's been a tall order, but I think we'll be able to pull it out in time, and it'll be great. It'll be great.
So as what Joey was saying, I am making sure everything is on that CMR, is here and accounted for and works. For instance, when we had a rifle that was deconstructed recently, so we had to rebuild it and make sure we sighted it, make sure it's there, serial numbers all together. We actually had to send back the CMR multiple times because the serial numbers were wrong on there for what we actually have. So other than that, I'm mostly just focusing on what's in the back bay, where everything is, and how I need to put it.
Just organizing.
Making
everything look good before they come and kill us.
This is Drake and Kinsey reporting from the Commando briefing.
Well, that's it for today. We'll see you next time. Good night.
And good luck.